Hi guys, Kremp again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. A week from today, the World Championship will be well underway, but shortly after that, the Esports World Cup is going to be going down, and we still don't really know which of the CDL teams are going to be there and what their rosters are potentially going to be. But Pred heavily implies last night that OpTic will be there in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the World Cup. What does that mean for OpTic? Will they confirm this in the near future? Is Scump going to be there watch partying, or will that be remote? Very much interested to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new, as always, I greatly appreciate it. Big drama going down last night on the World Series of Warzone. So this is not the Warzone Esports World Cup tournament, which just concluded when, Shifty, Hisoka and Biffle, they got the dub over there. This is for the World Series of Warzone, right? I think it was last September, wasn't it? They did the finals in London, and, well, it's kind of a similar vibe going on here, but as always, drama on this side on the cheating front. You simply cannot get away from it. So, yeah, these are the top 4 teams. They eventually made it. So, Tommy's team, Rated's team, they fell short. And these guys in 5th place fell short as well. And we'll go on to discuss exactly what happened there in a second. One of the cool stories, though, absolutely was on T. So, a notable female player in the competitive COD scene for some time. Always there would be talking because she'd be playing off-season tournaments, stuff like this. But having made the move to Warzone, she qualified for the World Series of Warzone finals. I thought that was really cool to see. This was the final leaderboard, by the way, of those that qualified and those who just about fell short. So it was pretty close between 4th place and 5th place. The Fnatic guys, they didn't make it either, but there was the big drama, really, between the 5th place team and exactly who they might have been taking points away from, because these guys, aBeZy and Vexo, were rumoured during the tournament potentially be cheating, and that is basically what turned out to be the case. So this guy effectively ended up admitting here after the fact that, yeah, he had some hacks on. Now, these aren't like blatant hacks. You can look at some of the clips, and there's no like crazy wall hack or aim bot or anything like this that you can clearly see. Probably more like a radar hack just to know where the other guys are. And look, if you're a solid enough player and you're competent at trying to hide your cheats, you can apparently do a pretty good job. But this guy basically just admitted to it in the World Series of Warzone, and this is the last chance qualifier, right, in North America. His team ended up with 52 kills and were obviously very close to qualifying for the LAN. Turns out his other teammate as well was probably cheating also with some more obvious ones. But that means that obviously the Fnatic guys, one of the big fan favourites with Armand, Noobs and Skullface, they actually played against that team in 3 of the first 5 games, which kind of screwed those guys over big time. So and then the funny thing is, usually after there was some speculation, usually the guys will deny it and say, oh no, nothing of the sort, I'm definitely not cheating, guys. But then he went on to basically admit it. I thought this is actually kind of hilarious. So he tweeted this out: elimination leaders after a couple of games. Here he was in 2nd place. I don't care what anyone says, this shows I can play and stack up against the best. We only go up from here. And then a couple of hours later, he's tweeting this out: yeah, I did it, boys, I cheated. Like, I got greedy. Not that it's an excuse, but if you really believe that myself and these guys were the only ones doing it, you're blatantly wrong. I'll put it to you like this: I'm decent at hiding it. Not everyone is, dumb like this other guy who was caught, basically, and then Vexo revealed it for himself. So, absolute madness. And as he says, if that leak never came out of gameplay alone, you wouldn't even tell. Clips of me when I legit got sus like me pre-aiming a wall. I've been PC checked and passed, and I even just found out how to cam with walls on. This scene is chalked, I don't care enough. So, not gonna lie, this is pretty severely concerning that this guy has been found out for cheating and is, there was a leak basically, he then admitted to it 3 hours after saying that he wasn't, and that his teammates were as well, but they got caught a little bit more obviously than he did. And then he's saying, yeah, I was cheating, but I'll tell you how it is, I don't care enough, like whatever, I didn't qualify anyway. I mean, it's pretty funny, isn't it? They cheated and still didn't qualify, but he says probably some of these other guys were cheating as well. Who knows who's got something on in the background? The anti-cheat doesn't work properly. The PC checks can't even find some of this stuff, apparently, if the guy doing it doesn't do the best job, or however the cheat manufacturers are hiding this stuff now, I don't know, can't seem to be found. And he says, yeah, like you can cam still, like monitor cam, I guess, with walls on anyway. there's a way to get away with that, and it's an absolute shambles. So yeah, impressive to both hack and still fail to qualify, but you know, as a result, let's talk about where from here, because this guy is saying that, yeah, sure, I was cheating, but others were cheating as well, and I've been passed on these PC checks. People thought I was legit, and you know, wasn't really a player that people were looking at as a potential cheater, but then he gets exposed. And I think the big frustration is for many on this is just the lack of repercussions, right? Because sure, he does this, he gets away with it. What happens next, right? Are there consequences for his actions? Not really, right? Because, you know, he's not going to face any charges for this. He's not going to get fined for this, probably. It's going to be, okay, whatever, move on. Maybe you ban the guy. Maybe you try and, you know, ban his hardware or like his IP or whatever, so the guy can't ever play again. But even then, didn't really work for Jimbo. He tried to make a comeback. He then got denied the comeback to challenges. But nonetheless, he tried. And yeah, as Rafi says, Fnatic, those guys just got robbed at a chance of $1 million. And this kid who cheated will not even face any repercussions for it, right? And obviously then there was some further discussion, as Tommy says, is it just me or does it not annoy you more seeing people hack and then just gassing up their gameplay? I don't know what it is. That actually annoys me more than the actual cheating. How are you going to run around with walls on and soft aiming and then brag about your skill? So even Formal is in the reply to this one discussing it. So yeah, crazy stuff. And yes, Bean says, how much of an NPC do you need to be to hack and still lose? Pretty concerning though, I've got to say. Obviously on the Warzone side it's a big talking point, but even what that means for challenges in the competitive Call of Duty stuff, because, you know, we've got players here that weren't even really suspected cheaters. Turns out they were cheating. So makes you wonder what could be going on elsewhere, especially because, for example, Jimbo and others that were caught, you know, they were kind of like suspected to be dodgy before they were caught. Certainly Doug was of the opinion that Jimbo was pretty dodgy, right? But maybe there's more to it even there than meets the eye. But intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk, however, about, well, the OpTic guys and what they had to say. They honestly seem to be in pretty good spirits here. It was cool to see. They put together a game chat show here again, going into the World Championship. They recap Major 4 very briefly, and I think they did it in the right way. You know, there's no point really dwelling on it. They've got to look forward for the future. I wonder if there's, you know, if they'll say anything on this like accuracy coach rumor over the coming days. They talk about that briefly, but what I thought it was kind of more interesting was some of the rumors on what's going to happen at the World Cup, because the World Championship's coming up soon. The World Cup is coming shortly after that, and OpTic have been talking about it a lot, right? They talked about it on the podcast a while ago. Scump is going to be watch partying it, right? He confirmed this, that he's going to be doing some stuff for the event. But as of the other day, we weren't really sure. This most recent OpTic podcast they did at the Hex quarters, probably recorded a little while ago now, but Hex was kind of saying, yeah, if we're invited, we're going to go. But, you know, who knows if they're actually invited or not. So some debate on this, and of course, also some debate on what roster OpTic would field, or any of the teams would field if they do go. We know that teams like Boston, we're pretty sure they're going to go. Ravens have confirmed they're going to go. Any of the teams that are partnered with an actual team that's there, so like 100 Thieves or Toronto are going to be there anyway. Teams like that, like FaZe, for example, like they're going to be there because they have part of their entity as actually an invited team. OpTic Gaming aren't invited as a partnered club, which I don't imagine Hex has been so happy about. But, you know, obviously there's been the discussion of, well, Cloud9 or whatever, who now partnered with the Subliners. They have multiple esports teams. OpTic are in, you know, only really a couple of esports nowadays, and Halo isn't even at the Esports World Cup. So there's lots of discussion about it. But really what people have wanted to know is, are OpTic going or are they not going, right? Are they going to be there in Riyadh for the World Cup or are they not? Because we're pretty sure they've been invited. There was a rumor that came out, you know, a good few weeks ago now that, yeah, every single CDL team has been invited. There's going to be 16 teams. They've invited the 12 CDL teams, and then the other spots are going to get filled by some sort of qualifier situation, or, you know, maybe Falcons just steps in or whatever. I'm sure they might think about that. But this is what Pred has to say. They're talking about the Warzone World Cup, which just concluded, the fact that their one is in several weeks time at this point, and well, Pred's having a word which very much implies he thinks he's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, Major 4 recap. I mean,
Major 4 recap. Oh yeah, let's go straight into CDL champs. Major 4 recap. Anyways, CDL champs next week.
CDL champs, yeah. So our first match against LAG,
We had a little vacation in Cali. That was a Burbank,
Yeah, that was,
vacation.
Yeah, we showed the Cali weather.
Yeah,
Vibed out.
It was a good.
Had to reset the vibes a little bit.
Went hiking a little bit. You know what I mean? Got the glutes involved. glutes.
Bro, Damon was dying on that.
Yeah, we got to mention that. Listen, guys.
How was David?
Y'all know my line, but the bag is right only. Of
Wait,
course.
did you see like the trophy though? That trophy looks
Nah,
fire.
it does.
That actually looks fire, bro.
They've been doing it like kind of cool.
Now they have been. The stage looks fire.
Well,
too.
so like apparently if you win, you get to pick like I think 3 teams to put into your trophy.
Yeah.
Into your little
What do
thing.
you
That's
mean?
kind of.
Pick
So like,
teams.
there's like these little triangle things.
Yeah, I
that
saw
have
them, like
your
they
name.
placed it on the
Yeah,
wall.
but like when you win, you get a piece of everybody's trophy, I think, and you put it into yours. Like yeah. So
that's
like
kind of fire.
Wait, yeah, the idea of it is kind of fire.
yeah.
No, honestly, they've been actually
You can
doing.
pick whatever team you want, I think, but
Wait,
like, obviously
fine.
people are gonna pick who they beat.
So they had the Esports World Cup already? Like I
Yeah.
They
thought
had
it
it
was
for
every,
Warzone, I think.
but I thought
Well,
it
they
was,
did
I thought
Warzone
every
Elite.
game was during our weekend.
No. So
That'd be
there's,
insane,
every
actually.
week, every like weekend is a game. So like
Yeah.
Warzone and then League just happened.
And then CS is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we're like
CS is
towards
gonna
like the
happen at the
latter
same
half
time as
of
us.
it.
Yeah.
CS is happening at the same time as us.
You guys go?
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, that's fire. Cause we see Simple and shit.
Wait, CSGO is gonna be
No,
there?
no, Simple's not there.
Isn't he on the Falcons?
No,
Oh,
simple.
Navi?
Oh, Falcons.
Isn't he
might be on.
He's in the Falcons.
He's not on Navi though.
Well, I think he did join
He
Falcons.
joined Falcons on a loan.
But I don't think they're playing though. Oh,
Nah, they would
maybe
be.
he
It's a
is
Saturday
playing. You're right.
tournament.
No, I think he only got. I think he only
I think
got
that's why- I swear that's why he went to the team.
He might be
to
on the
play this
super.
cup.
He might be on the Supermax.
Who's
Nah,
playing?
you're
Is
right.
Zy there?
He might be on the Supermax.
Yes.
Zai was gonna be there.
Honestly?
Yeah. G2.
Wait, we can watch it? Like,
Donk.
live?
Donk's gonna be there
Might
for
need to pick
sure.
with
No, it's
Donk.
I'm pretty sure I saw the dates, and I'm pretty sure that it's like the 2 games is gonna be us and them. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be fire.
We might need to
Because
pick
I've never
Donk.
seen CS, and I love CS.
I will say that this. I mean, I don't know how Warzone be working, but I swear there's like that. This Warzone team kind of seem OP. Ain't they like the 3 best players in Warzone?
Who? Biffle, Soka,
like
Shifty?
Hisoka and Shifty.
I don't know. I played him in a 3v3 chat. They can
You
kill
ran
me,
them?
so like.
They can get it.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
That's why I said
Maybe.
Warzone. That's what I said.
That's why I can't comment on this.
Oh,
Nah,
okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's what you-
I'm almost positive.
You know
like,
Warzone.
Oh, Warzone shit.
I mean, I know Biffle was
I know
for
they
sure.
run shit in Warzone for
I
sure.
know for sure
I'm pretty sure
Biffle. I'm not
Hisoka
sure
done
about
won
the
like the
two, though.
last.
So I'm not actually sure, looking at the schedule, that what Pred talks about really checks out. But still, the point still stands that he was saying, oh yeah, we're going to be there at the same time as Counter-Strike. Can't wait. I also don't even know, like, I don't follow Counter-Strike closely enough nowadays to really tell you guys exactly what's going on with Simple and Na'Vi, because Simple he didn't like CS2, didn't want to play, basically on Na'Vi's bench. Then he did get loans to Falcons briefly, and I think that may have come to an end now, although I guess technically it could still happen again. There's still a couple of weeks to go, but of course Warzone went down and is now concluded. The second week, which is basically ongoing now, is as follows, and then week 3 is where we start to see the Counter-Strike stuff. So the round of 14, the quarterfinals on the 19th of July, the semi-finals on Saturday the 20th, and then Sunday the 21st of July, that's the grand finals for the Counter-Strike 2 World Cup. So maybe that's what got Pred, I know that's what Pred thought, was he was like, because this is the date of the World Championship in Dallas, right? So maybe he was kind of looking at it like that, because actually the COD guys are going to be there in week 7, which is here. So on the Thursday, the 15th of August, that's when the group stages happen for the Modern Warfare 3 tournament. More group stages on Friday, and then on the Sunday, it's the quarterfinals, and on the Saturday, it's quarterfinals, on the Sunday, it's the semis and the finals. But in this week, it's StarCraft and FIFA, basically, EAFC 24. So I think the Counter-Strike, at least unless I'm missing something, yeah, pretty sure that Counter-Strike is going down like next week, basically, and when the COD guys are going to be there, it's this. But whatever Pred actually thought or was getting at, the implication is still pretty clear, right? That he's like, yeah, we're going to be there in Riyadh, and looking forward to seeing whichever other competitors we are able to watch at the time while playing the tournament, going to watch some of the other games happening at the same time, because, once you finish your matches for the day in COD, go and watch the FIFA or whatever. Ideally, it'd be the Counter-Strike, I suppose, but it is what it is. So, yeah, intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Does this mean anything in terms of whether the OpTic guys are going to go or not? Or OpTic going to confirm this over the coming days? Because, yeah, Pred certainly seems to the mindset they'll be there. And, of course, the players will want to attend. I guess it is just a matter of, what the organisation thinks about it, whether they're going to accept the arrangement or not and be happy to go, given the circumstances. But I think a lot of organisations will think, well, if we don't accept the invite, are we going to get invited again? What does that mean for next year, right? Because it's not going to go away. I mean, this tournament is kind of crazy in many ways, right? It's a 2-month tournament, Esports World Cup, that they're probably going to be looking to run basically every year, right? They might change the format and the scheduling and everything over time, but, you know, they're still going to probably try and have every single game there. And I don't think it's going to be run every 4 years like the actual FIFA World Cup. I think their plan is probably to run this every single year. So, you know, I think it's one of those things that a lot of the organizations will think, yeah, we better get involved in it now so we can continue to get invited year on year, which maybe is why Cloud9 are getting involved big time with the New York Subliners, because they want that to be their kind of partner team for the years to come. But very much intrigued your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.